I know I look crazy, but you'll understand why soon. So today I'm back. I know it's been like stupidly long. Like this time, I know every video I say sorry it's been a while, but this time it has actually been a long while. To cut it short, I went on holiday, like the last time you saw me. I went on holiday for a week with my family to Portugal, which was really, really nice. And when I got back, that's when I started my new job. And to be honest, since then my life's just been a bit of a roller coaster. Getting back into working full time and trying to fit filming and like having a social life around that as well, and experiencing and actually enjoying London. It's been a bit crazy, so today I took myself away from that and I filmed, and I've actually done stuff that I've actually needed to do for so long. So I wanted to film this kind of easy Halloween makeup look. If you haven't guessed already, and shh, all these fucking motorbikes, I swear to God. As you can tell by the title, I've done a Frida Kahlo inspired makeup look, and the reason I've done this, Frida is probably like one of my biggest inspirations. She's an incredible lady. Well, she was an incredible lady. If you don't know who she is, please do some research on her. She is amazing. She just stands for like everything that I stand for. She's just a really, really, really great lady. So I wanted to do a Halloween-ish inspired makeup look from her, because why wouldn't I? It's not like scary by all means, it's kind of just normal, but I wanted to do this because it's a very easy and it's a very quick makeup look. So if you're someone like me that for like 9 hours in the day you'll be at work and then you'll have like a Halloween party in the evening, something like this is really good because you can make like your normal everyday makeup and turn it into something like this, literally just by drawing a monobrow on, putting loads of blusher on and putting your hair in this little do, put some funky accessories on. That's literally it. It can take you like 15 minutes, honestly. So that's why I wanted to do something like this, because it's quick, it's easy, and people will still know who you are and who you're supposed to be. So if you want to know how I got this Frida inspired makeup look, then just keep watching. But what I'm going to do is start off with my skin. I've already toned and moisturised, so I'm just going to go in with a bit of primer. And because she didn't actually wear like any makeup, I'd imagine, I think she wore like some blusher or some lipstick, but I'm going to do like a no makeup kind of look, but a little bit more something, you know. I'm sure if Frida was alive in this day and age, she would enjoy some cool makeup for something to do. So I'm just going in with a bit of the Professional by Benefit, just in my T-zone. I don't want to have like an overly matte face, but my skin gets extremely oily, so I'm sure in like an hour's time my skin will be nice and dewy due to its natural oils. But yeah, now that I've worked all that in, I'm going to go in with another primer. And I haven't actually used this in ages, but it's the NYX Born to Glow Illuminating Primer. Again, sorry about the noise of traffic. I can't really help that, unfortunately. Wish I could. But yeah, I'm just going in with that NYX Born to Glow Illuminating Primer. It just looks like this. It's like the MAC Strobe Cream, obviously a lot cheaper. And this is just going to make my skin nice and dewy, and it's going to moisturise it a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a matte foundation. It will hopefully save my face from looking too matte and too cakey. The I'm going to use is the Fenty Beauty Pro, what's it called? I always forget the actual name of it. Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. And I'm in the shade 180. I'm just going to give that a good old shake. And I'm going to apply that with my beauty sponge, well, my beauty blender, just because I think it creates like the most natural, flawless finish. But by all means, if you want to use a brush, use the bloody brush. So I'm just going to start off by dotting that around my skin. I think with Frida, like, you can kind of just wear like whatever makeup you want. You could go more glam, you could, you know, completely like not wear any makeup at all. But I feel like as long as you've got a bit of blush and the monobrow, you've kind of got her look to a T, because I'll insert some pictures of her and some recreations as well, because I know Patrick Starr's just uploaded like a Frida inspired Halloween makeup look, and his is very glam, but I'm going to kind of stick to like natural-ish, but a little bit more glam. More natural than Patrick's was amazing, as per usual. Right. The only thing with like using natural light is because my window's here, all the light like shines on this face and then it's really dark here, so you're gonna have to excuse that. Now all that's worked into my skin, I'm gonna go in with a bit of concealer, and I'm gonna use the Lasting Perfection Collection 2000. It's not even called Collection 2000 anymore, it's just Collection. It used to be Collection 2000, but now it's just I'm just gonna go in with that, not too heavily because like, you know, there was no like highlighting and contouring back in the 1900s, but here we are, doing it now anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna conceal like just the darkness basically that's under my eyes. Because I'm tired and I'm stressed and I have a lot of darkness in my eyes. And again, I'm just working that in with my sponge. Use the RCMA No Colour Powder as per usual. I just take a bit of that on my e.l.f. blush brush, which is hard to say. And I'm just going to pat that like directly under my eye and on my eyelids as well. I'm doing this without a mirror, so pray for me so I don't get myself in the eye. I'm just going to go like on my forehead a little bit as well because I get very oily, on my nose. Just brush over my T-zone of any excess, because God knows I get oily in there. Right, now that we're all set, I'm going to bronze and contour a little bit, but not anything too heavy because, like I said, like bronzing and contouring wasn't my thing back then. But I'm going to add a little bit of definition and a bit of warmth to my skin because I'm very pale at the moment. So I'm just going to use the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, which is like an in-between contour and bronzy shade. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the Precision Beauty contour brush. I'm just going to go in and contour / bronze. Yeah, I've got this like massive spot here. I popped it, which I know I shouldn't have, but I popped it and then it like bruised because obviously that area of like your face is very delicate around your eyes. So yeah, that happened, so that was fantastic. So I'm just like bronzing and contouring the usual areas, just under my cheekbones, around my forehead as well because I'll slim that down a bit. Got a big old 5 head, haven't I? I'm going to go with quite a lot of blush. This is where it will get more than like your everyday type of look. And the blush I'm going to use doesn't actually have a lid because I use it so much, and it's the Essence Peach Me Up Matte Super Soft Blush. And I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Stippling Brush, the F103 brush. I don't even know if you can buy this anymore, but I've had it for ages. I'm just going to go in quite heavy with blusher because that was kind of like the main thing that she would wear on her face, was like a lot of blusher, and that was kind of it, to be honest. So I'm going to be quite heavy handed with it. I'm not shy of packing a lot on. But yeah, if you want to do more of like a subtle look, just go in with like a normal amount of blusher. But this is where I think you can kind of turn it into, well, from like a everyday look to more of a Halloween-y or editorial look. But it's quite a big thing at the moment, is putting on a lot of blush and like I think it's called draping, where you take your blush like all the way up to your temple. I've seen it in a lot of like runway fashion type stuff. I'm just going to do the other cheek. And yeah, I'm going to start off with like a lot but not a crazy amount, and then once I do everything else I might come back and add a little bit more. I think for now, I don't even know like what the best playing is if it's like the darker side or the light side. I don't know. But I'm just going to take that on my cheeks, and also I'm just going to put some like on the kind of centre of my forehead, dragging it like down a little bit. Just because you just kind of got to think where like you would naturally be a bit flushed. So on the nose and a little bit on my chin as well. I don't want to put too much on my nose so I don't like Rudolph. I'm going to add some highlighter, which you don't have to do because like highlighter was definitely not a thing back then, but I'm going to anyway. And the highlight I'm going to use is the I Heart Makeup Bronze and Glow highlighter. It's like, I know you can get a few different ones, but it's this coloured one, so the highlighter's got contour with it as well, but I like this one because it's kind of natural, kind of not. I'm just going to add just a touch of that. But yeah, like I said, you didn't have to put highlight on, I just can't not have highlight, so I'm going to add just a bit on, and it will add quite a nice glow to your skin, so I would recommend doing it. Yeah. Right, now I'm going to start with the eyebrows, which is like the main focal point. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and kind of show you the process of getting Frida brows. So let me zoom you in. I think you can see me. This whole footage, I swear to God, if you can't see me right now, I'm going to be vexed, because this is going to be a very intense eyebrow session. So yeah, just combing my eyebrows with the spoolie. Just making sure there's no product like locked up in them. So what I'm going to start by doing is kind of just like filling my brows in as I would usually. For the product that I'm going to use and what I would recommend getting is the Benefit Brow. Any like pomade or even like a brow powder would work quite well. Probably wouldn't recommend pencil just because I feel like with a pomade you can be more precise and it can look a little bit more harsh, which I know not always you want, but today I want harsh brows. So I'm actually going to use the little brush that comes in with the brow, and I'm just going to start filling my brows in like I would usually. So I'm going to take some product on that little brush, and I'm just going to start off at first just kind of filling in like the end part, well, like 3/4 of my brow, so not quite from the start but a little bit further back. I'm just going to create like, well, just kind of fill in my brows as I usually would, like towards this end, picking up some more product where I need it, and towards the ends of my brow I'm going to kind of go a little bit straighter out rather than like down. I don't know, it's just like personal preference really, but she had just very full brows, so that's kind of what you want to go for. Whatever shape you want is completely up to you, but this is how I'm going to do it. And now I'm just going to fill in the top part, doing the same kind of thing, like short little strokes rather than just one big line. A little bit thicker than what I usually would. I'm not the breast. I'm not the breast. Apparently, I'm not the best at doing eyebrows. But I feel like in this case you don't really have to be that good at doing them. The messier the better, really. So you don't have to be too precise. It's not an Instagram brow. Yeah. Now that I've filled out that like outer portion, I'm going to switch, well, not switch tech, I really can't fucking speak. I'm going to be a little bit lighter handed, like towards the front of my brow, just because I'm going to build up some brush hairs, some brush strokes to look like hairs. I really can't speak. But I'm just going to kind of like fill in like a base colour towards the front, so I'm going to be very light handed. And just kind of, with flipping my brow brush like on its side, just start to kind of like flick in little brow like hairs. But I'm kind of doing this just to like create a base colour, and I'll fill in a lot more hairs later. And now I've done that, I'm just going to go back in with the spoolie and just like comb that product through, make sure it's all even. And that will do for now. And the next brush I'm going to go in with is a lot smaller, as you can see, or probably not see. Can you see that? Probably not, but it's just a very small, this is actually a nail brush that I got in like a pack of nail brushes from Poundland, and this come in it. It's just like a very tiny, precise angle brush, and this is what I'm going to use to create like the little hairs on my face. So I'm going to go in with the brow still and get that brush quite coated. And I'm just going to start off by like flicking the brush from like the start point of my brows underneath and kind of flicking it up, just to create like little brow hairs. I'm just going to fill in just like where I usually would for now. And then once I do the other brow, that's when I'll kind of start to draw in the monobrow. But I'm gonna like edge in about a quarter of the way to a monobrow, if that makes any sense. But I'm just gonna start filling in my brows a little bit like further in than what you usually probably would. And with this I can kind of like create more of a point at the end of my brow. So that's what I'm going to do so far. I'm going to do the other eyebrow, literally do like the exact same thing. I'm just going to do that off camera because I'm literally just going to do the same thing. Just fill in as I usually would, and then do like the little brow strokes kind of like a quarter of the way into my monobrow area. So I'll be right back. Right, so all there is to do now is just start to edge my way into a monobrow. So I'm going to use that same brush, the same product, the same brow, and I'm going to coat this quite heavily because there's no like hair there. You have to be a little bit more heavy-handed with showing the pigment a little bit more. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to start like lifting my brush up. There's someone getting into their flat, hence the jingles. And kind of just follow where, like, if my eyebrows was to continue, like kind of the way that they would. So they would probably arch more kind of like an M, you could say. I don't even know. I'm just going to, like I said, just flick my brush up to create hair-like strokes. This feels very weird doing this, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't actually done this before, like properly. I'm just going to keep adding product onto the brush. I think a smart thing to do is kind of change the pressure with the flicks, because that will create like darker hair-like strokes and then lighter ones. But I am going to go in with a different shade just to kind of like break up the hairs and make it look more textured, I guess you could say. So that's what we're working with so far. We look absolutely crazy, but that's absolutely fine. What I'm actually going to do is go in with an eyeshadow from the Soft palette. I don't know what colour this is, but it's basically just like the dark browns. And I'm going to just put my brush into the darkest brown and do like the same thing. And this will just create like different tones of hairs, so it will look a little bit more natural. I'm just going to do the same thing, just flick. Brush. And then when you actually get into your brows, I'm going to do the same thing, just to create like a consistency with like colours and everything like that, just so that you'll kind of merge together as one big monobrow. But what I'm going to do just to further create bushy brows is go in with quite a lot of brow gel. I'm going to use two different brow gels, and the reason being is that this one, which is the technique, however you pronounce it, the brow gel on this, it's very dark and it can get quite messy, which I usually hate, so I never really use this, but for when you want a very bushy brow, this is really good. So I'm just going to start by carefully combing this because it can get messy very quick. And what I'm going to do is kind of brush my brow hairs like up rather than like into a shape. I'm just going to kind of brush them directly up. I'm sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to be as careful as possible. But any brow gel will work. If you don't have brow gel, get some soap on the spoolie, like scrape your spoolie in with some soap and do this exact technique, and the soap will hold the hairs like upright. But if you can, get your hands on some tinted brow gel, preferably like black or very dark brown. This is like very dark brown. Oh yeah, the brow colour that I used is shade number 4, which I don't think is the darkest, but it's like one of the darkest ones. Right, and then I'm just going to do the other one. And this brow gel is good because it makes the brow hairs a lot longer, which on like a day-to-day basis I don't want, but when you do something like this, it's really good. Alright, I know I've created a bit of a mess, but I can clean that up more or less later. I'm going to go in now with the Benefit Give Me Brow. This is shade number 3, and the reason I'm using this is that the spoolie on this brow product is a lot smaller. So I'm actually going to use this and go over any hairs that I have in my monobrow region, which, to be honest, I have a few because I'm very lazy when it comes to plucking that area. So for eyeshadow, I'm not going to do that much, but I'm going to add a little bit of something, and I'm just going to actually take my Hoola bronzer on a Morphe MB23 brush and kind of have like just a wash of colour across my eyelids. So put it into my crease and also on my lids, just to create like a bit of depth and just like a natural shadow. But you can do more eyeshadow if you want to. I know Patrick Starr's look, he done like a very glam eye look, but I'm going to kind of create just like a natural flush of darkness across my eyes. I'm just going to do the same to the other eye, under my eyes, but I'm going to switch brushes to the M139 by Morphe, take more of the Hoola and just wash that under my eyes just to create like an all-round more like defined eye, I guess. Ooh. Mascara, I'm going to curl my lashes You don't have to put mascara on. Obviously she didn't have mascara, she didn't wear mascara, but I'm going to apply just like a little bit of mascara, so I'm going to curl my lashes. Shh, so rude. I'm trying to film. Ugh. And the mascara I'm going to use today is the, it's a very little version of it, but I'm going to use the Benefit They're Real, and I think this is in like a brown colour rather than black, which is really good because it's going to be a lot more natural. And this mascara is good if you want more of like a natural, everyday lash. I don't use it that often because I like more of a heavy lash, but for something like this, or just for like an everyday bit of something, or for school and something like that, this is a very good mascara. I'm using it today just because it will give me a bit of something, but nothing too fake. So I think the last time you saw me, I was putting some mascara on. Basically, that's all I've done. I haven't put anything else on my face. My camera died and I had to charge it, so I took the opportunity to make myself a fry-up. So I'm all full now and I feel good. But yeah, last time you saw me I was just putting some mascara on, and that's all I've done. Since then I haven't added anything else. So all I'm going to do is just like look at my face, which is a bit scary. So for lips, I want to keep it quite natural, so all I'm going to do is take some of the Benefit Benny Tint, which is just like a little lip tint. I'm just going to like dot it on my lips, well, kind of swipe it on my lips, and this just creates like a natural, like rosy tint. You can tell that I've used it because all my dry patches on my lips, like the product is like stained, which it's not good for that, but it's good if you just want like a natural flush of colour, which for this is quite good. You could go for a darker lip, like a black lip would be quite cool, like a really dark, like purple would be really nice, but like I said, I just want to kind of keep it quite natural. But yeah, I think I'm just going to move on to the hair, and with the hair, if you've got longer hair than mine, this will look a lot better. If you've got long hair, part your hair into like 2 sections, like down the middle, plait like the ends, and then do the milk braid method. I'm sure if you type in on YouTube like milkmaid plaits, it will show you what to do. But my hair isn't long enough to do that, so all I'm going to do is just tie it in kind of just like how I've just had it, to be honest, just in a very low bun. Because she did wear her hair like this as well. But like I said before, if you've got some like flowers, like a flower crown, or just some like fake flowers, if you look at pictures, and I'll insert some pictures of what her hair was like now, but she wore a lot of flowers in her hair basically, but I don't have any flowers to put in my hair, unfortunately, so we're just gonna have to make do with all the other accessories. And you can, like my hair's doing right now, it just like, all the layers just fall down. And some of them I'm going to leave out, some of them I'm just going to pin back. So I'm not going to leave all this hair down. So I don't know what the best way to do this. I don't have any mirror, so I'm struggling. So I think what I'm going to do is just leave down about that much hair, and I'm just going to pin up the rest of my layers. But you can also add like a headscarf or something. That will kind of create like similar kind of effect. But I don't have a headscarf either, so this will have to do. Just going to take out some longer layers down there and just pin up this bit with a bobby pin. Costume wise, you can kind of like wear what you want. She didn't have many like iconic outfits. There was a picture of her and she wore like a men's suit, which is really cool. That would be a really cool costume idea. But I don't have, well, I might have a suit. No, I don't. I don't have a suit. What am I talking about? But yeah, you can just kind of wear what you want, to be honest. Like plain white t-shirt or plain black t-shirt. That will do. Get like a nice scarf or something to put on because she wore, I don't know. Just look at some pictures and just take like your own inspiration. This is mostly just focusing on the makeup and the monobrow and that kind of thing. But for accessories, I would recommend getting some funky earrings because she did wear some cool earrings. And I'm going to show you 2 different sets of earrings that you could possibly wear. First pair are these, which are amazing. These are really like on trend right now with all the tassels and I don't know, I feel like they look like curtains or something. I really like them. I've just realised that one of them has 3 bits and then one of them has 4 bits. Did I get played or have I just lost one? I'm not quite sure what's happened there. And this is the final look. Like I said, if you can get your hands on any like flower head crowns, then definitely do that because that was kind of like a big statement of hers, but unfortunately I don't have any and I can't really afford to go out and buy any, so. And also get some cool statement earrings or a statement necklace and you're pretty much good to go with that. So I hope you guys really like this video. I'm sorry that I didn't do any like Halloweeny looks, but my first few videos on YouTube were actually some Halloween tutorials, so if you want anything like last minute, go check back on that. But this kind of thing is really good if you're like stuck on what to do and you've got like 5 minutes to be Halloweeny. Just draw a monobrow in and call it a day and it's fine. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you would like to see from me, and make sure you subscribe to see any future videos. And yeah, I hope you guys have a really good day or night, whatever the time may be, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!